Welcome to Innocent Stolen. I'm Cerise Fairfax, your host. I wanted to talk about emancipation because people talk about emancipation as if it was true freedom. But then let's talk about the others, those who realize emancipation was a word wrapped up with a bow, but the gift inside might have been foul play. As someone of mixed race ancestry, I stand in deep respect with my African descended brothers and sisters around the world. This isn't just their story, it's part of mine too. My ancestry, my history. While I'm not African American, the legacy of Black emancipation echoes through my bloodline and my spirit. So when I say we, I mean it in solidarity and reverence. What does it mean to be free when your freedom came with conditions? When your people paid the price but never got the payout? This isn't your regular history lesson. Let's get that straight. This is raw, unfiltered story of Black emancipation. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Because across continents, across centuries, from whips to whispers, from chains to chants, we're unpacking what they don't teach in school. This one's for the ancestors. This one's for us. Let's give flowers first where they're due. Emancipation was a monumental moment. We know that. Not because we were handed freedom, but because we fought for it. In Haiti, 1804, the first Black Republic, born from a bloody revolution. The overthrow colonizers with machetes, fire, and ancestral strength. They showed the world, we are not property. We are people. The British Empire abolished slavery in 1834, freeing over 800,000 enslaved Africans in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad. Folks celebrated like Judgment Day. They danced barefoot in the earth that once soaked up their blood. In the U.S., Lincoln dropped the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, but real freedom didn't reach the last enslaved folks in Texas until June 19, 1865. After that, Black folks got to work, built schools, churches, towns. Tulsa's Black Wall Street. Remember that video I did? Rosewood, Florida. These weren't just communities. They were statements. We can thrive too. Culture exploded. Jazz, gospel, blues, food seasoned with memory, spirituality rooted in Africa, blended with survival. We made beauty out of brokenness. But let's not romanticize, because the bad, it came right behind the so-called freedom papers. In the Caribbean, enslavers were compensated for loss of property. Yep, you heard right. The people who owned us got paid. Meanwhile, the actual humans who endured generations of abuse, what did they get? Nothing. Could you imagine? In the Caribbean, enslavers were compensated for loss of property. How does that work? In the U.S., freedom turned into another hustle. Sharecropping was slavery in a different font. Black families worked land they didn't own, barely scraping by. locked into generational poverty. Jim Crow came quick. Separate but equal was code for stay in your place. Black folks couldn't vote, couldn't go to decent schools, couldn't walk down the street without being seen as a threat. And let's not even talk about the violence, lynchings, race massacres, sundown towns. The system just evolved from plantations to prisons, from slave patrols to police brutality. Education was rigged. Housing was denied. Banks refused our money. We weren't just free, we were set up. And don't forget the psychological chains, the internalized belief that we were less than, that our features, our languages, our names, our very existence was a problem. That's the bad. That's the bad. Being freed, but not made whole. Now let's get into the ugly. The part we don't even like to say out loud. Emancipation was never universal. There are still people in this world working under conditions damn near slavery, domestic workers, prisoners, child laborers. Globally, anti-blackness remains loud in Brazil, in Europe, even in parts of Africa. Colonization left behind division and destruction. The ugly is how we turned on each other. Light versus dark, African versus Caribbean, American versus immigrant. Diaspora wars while the real enemy laughs. They rewrote the story, told us slavery was a side note, not a centuries-long Holocaust. Took our history out of the curriculum and our identity out of context. And we still walk into rooms where we have to code switch just to be safe, still explaining why our lives matter. That's the ugly, the ongoing fight, the exhaustion that doesn't have a finish line. But here's the truth. We are not just survivors. We are alchemists, turning pain into power, trauma into triumph. We're learning, unlearning, relearning. We're healing our lineage. We're raising conscious children. We're dreaming out loud. Emancipation wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning of a new one, written in our voice, with our rhythm, and our language. So to the ancestors, we see you. To the present, we honor you. And to the future, sweetheart, we're coming for everything they said we couldn't have. Thank you so much for joining Innocent Stolen. Please join me next week for another interesting video. Let me know your views down below, what you think about emancipation and how it has helped you or hindered you. Have an amazing day. God bless you.